What up, y'all? It's your boy Choke No Joke.
Jessica here.
Jessica Reed, y'all already know. We can smile because we've been crying all
All
goddamn day.
weekend.
Oh my God, all weekend, you're
All
right.
weekend, yes.
But we seeing y'all in the comments, keep talking about, oh, the DNA didn't match. Charlamagne ain't do nothing.
Okay, so if you watch my channel, then you see that I already did 2 videos going in detail about this whole Charlamagne the God case and his rape accusation with the young woman by the name of Jessica Reed. I went in detail as to, the effects of Spanish fly. I told you guys how Spanish fly is not a date rape drug and how it is equivalent to somebody taking Viagra, and it does not even affect women. I talked about how Charlamagne was accused of rape but not convicted of rape, and how his charge was that of somebody giving alcohol to a minor and not that of somebody who was convicted of rape. And by me clearing up those things, I don't want you guys to get the wrong impression. I'm not sitting here taking up for Charlamagne. I think that, there are a lot of holes in Charlamagne's story, but I equally think that there are holes in Jessica's story as well. There are things that kind of, don't all the way add up on both sides. I'm not victim shaming her. I'm not saying that it didn't happen. I'm not saying she wasn't raped. I believe that she is a victim, but me, myself, personally, I'm not going to give Charlamagne the rape jacket when he was cleared in the court of law, but I am going to share some of the things that she said. With that being said, let me share a couple of these clips with you guys, and you guys can see for yourself and make your own judgment of what you feel from your heart when it comes to this situation. And I'm not going to play the whole thing because Charlamagne's legal team is at it, and I hope that I don't even get in trouble for using the little bit that I am going to share.
This is where everything took place. Villa number 30. This is where the party was. Me and Malika walked into the party with Charlamagne, his friends and cousins.
Okay, so as you can see, she's in a field and she's reliving the moments and the, things that happened when all of this went down over 17 years ago. As you can see, she's starting to get emotional. She starts crying as she thinks about all of the things that happened and how things went down. She then goes in to say how Charlamagne the God gave her the alcohol and how she was pressured into drinking the alcohol. I'm going to play that clip and then I'm going to come back to talk to y'all again.
This is where everything happened. This is where Charlamagne gave Malika and I the drinks. He himself made those drinks. He told me that I could trust him. I was like his sister. He would let nothing happen to me that night. He repeatedly asked me over and over and over if I wanted to drink, and even after telling him no several times, he still pressured me.
So she continues on to say that after being pressured over and over and over again, she eventually took a drink. She then states how she was 15 years old at the time and she was a child, but her taking the drink, she kind of felt safe because she felt like he wouldn't let nothing happen to her. That's just kind of a summary of what she said in the video. Again, me even posting parts of this, I can get in trouble for it, so I'm not going to post it in its entirety. If you guys want to see the entire thing, it's on Instagram under the Instagram feed Choke No Joke. He did this interview with her, and that's where I got these clips from, and that's where you guys can see it. But let me give you guys another clip of her talking about this, and then I'm going to talk some more.
When he opened that door, I saw his face. He came in the room, closed the door behind him, got in the bed where I was, and started taking off my clothes.
Her accounts are very, very sad. It's very unfortunate. I don't know why the director keeps zooming in on her legs as they're shaking. I guess that's to add to the emotion of everything. I'm not sure, but that part kind of trips me out a little bit. But anyways, what I will say is she does have a resemblance to his wife. I don't know if that means anything, but they kind of resemble to me. So maybe Charlamagne was attracted to her. But then again, I don't know. I wasn't there. You weren't there. We weren't there. It's apparent that Jessica was under the influence. And she also talks about how Charlamagne then left her there. She talks about how his friends took advantage of her. So I think that, you know, there's a lot of variables in this case. I think that there are things that I won't speak on just because for the sake, I'm just not going to go there. But there are a lot of variables in this case, and I think that it's a sad thing all the way around. This is something that is very sad and very unfortunate, whether it was Charlamagne who violated her or his friends or whatever. It's apparent that she was violated by somebody. And like I said, I myself personally, I'm not going to put that jacket on Charlamagne. Everybody is entitled to come to their assumptions of the situation. Just knowing how it is to be drunk, and if you are out of your mind drunk, there's a lot of confusing things that happen. And I don't say that to discredit her, because if she says she's seen him, then she's seen him. I wasn't there. I don't know. All I can go off of is that they didn't cooperate at the time, and Charlamagne was, you know, he was cleared in the court of law, and he pled to giving alcohol to a minor. And from what it looks like, him giving his DNA and everything like that, it looks like to me he cooperated. And I feel like, you know, it's more of the judicial system's fault that, you know, they didn't test it. I don't understand why, if they got his DNA, that they didn't test his DNA. When I previously reported on it, I thought that they tested his DNA, but other reports came out that his DNA was taken but not tested. And that's kind of weird. I would think that in a case where the guy is 22 years old and the girl is 15 years old, whether she cooperated or not, I would have thought that they would have tested the DNA. But I don't work in the judicial system. I can only speak to how I, you know, think of things and my knowledge of what I know as far as that. But regardless of what the outcome was legally, it's still sad overall, because whether it was Charlamagne, his friends, or whoever, she was clearly victimized by somebody. I also don't understand as a mother, and I mean, I guess her mom was trying to protect her and not wanting to cooperate. But I don't know. Me as a mother, we don't know how we would act in certain situations until they happen to us. But I can only think that if somebody violated my daughter, I would want to prosecute them to the fullest extent of the law. So I don't understand that part either. I don't know. It's just a lot of things that I don't understand all the way. But hey, it's not for me to understand. I'm just putting this out there because a lot of you guys are interested in this case, and you guys are wondering updates and wondering what's going on. There's holes in both sides of the story. There's holes in Charlamagne's side. There's holes in her side. I'm not saying that she's a liar. I'm not saying that Charlamagne's a liar, but I'm not going to put the rape jacket on Charlamagne when the court of law decided to, you know, acquit him of the charges. The charges were dismissed and he pleaded to a different charge. A lot of people, you know, they have this misconception where they're like, well, Charlamagne pleaded, he's guilty because why would he plead to a lesser charge? And they're equating that to rape. Charlamagne did not plead to a lesser sentence of rape. Charlamagne pleaded to giving a minor alcohol. So the lesser charge is rape being a serious charge, and the minor charge that he was convicted of, or the lesser charge as they say, is the charge of giving alcohol to a minor. So as much as, you know, all of the internet is, you know, calling him a rapist, I'm not going to do that. Is Charlamagne perverted on his radio show? He is extremely perverted. And since he had, you know, his wild perverted ways, he has now, you know, calmed down a lot. I think that the way he talks sometimes, it comes off a little, I guess it could be a little bit creepy. I do know that, you know, his actions have made others uncomfortable. And for that, that's something that, you know, the court of public opinion is convicting him of it because of his behaviors. I'm not gonna lie, like when he said that he had sex with a woman and she was completely out of her mind, drunk, like she was so drunk that he was just like, going to town and she wasn't really responsive. That to me was like, whoa, what's going on here? Like, that seems a little bit extreme. But even with that, the Spanish fly thing is equivalent to Viagra, and it's something that, regardless of it not having effects on women, you shouldn't be putting stuff in women's drinks without them knowing about it. But I just wanted to clarify that it's not something that is similar or equivalent to date rape. It's equivalent to Viagra, which is just something to make you horny, but it's also something that does not affect women also, because I looked it up, I did a little research, and it doesn't even affect women. Nonetheless, the case is crazy. Everything is, you know, is just going haywire. Some of the reports that I've seen, and I thought that Charlamagne's HBO deal would not be in jeopardy because of this, because the charges were dismissed, and this was something that happened 17 years ago, and he was cleared of this, and he already talked about this, and he already spoke out several times about it. I thought that his HBO show wouldn't be affected, but according to some of the things that I've seen online, it looks like his HBO special is in jeopardy, or the deal has been canceled. I don't know, like it's just crazy. Everything is going haywire. You guys let me know what you think about it. Let's talk about it in the comments. Alright guys, that's all for this video. I'm sorry that I'm not a person that can say things how you want me to say it. I'm just sorry. I'm sorry. I just can't. It's just not in me to say things how people think that they should be said. I just don't participate in groupthink. I think on my own. So, I mean, I'm sorry about that. If you don't like it, just don't watch another video. Let this be your last video. But if you rock with my videos, you like my perspective on things, you like the way I put videos together, definitely hit that like and subscribe button. That would mean a lot to me. Also, check out the links in my description box, because I have another channel. And, you know, when you talk about controversial things like this topic right here, it goes against some of us. And, you know, we can get in trouble for even mentioning this at all or speaking about it. And, you know, our channels become in jeopardy. So I like to have, you know, my other channel be a backup, but I like for you guys to go and subscribe to that channel just in case anything happens with this one. Those of you that rock with me, definitely check out the link in the description box. But yeah, I'm gonna just end it because I'm just rambling on and on. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Check out the links in the description box. Peace.